Okay, great evening, everyone. I think I want to pull cards and ask about the great hysterical Persimon and the Ketamine kid fallout. Now, the Ketamine kid was out there really dissing the big beautiful bill, you know. And then I want to look at something else as well. But let's start off with this. I'm going to do the 18 cards and then we'll look at them together. And just see if we can figure out what it's saying when it comes to the great fallout. Is it World War III? It's not looking good for them, is it? Just the craziness of all the stuff that's happening. But we'll start here. And then, like I said, I've got another thing that I want to pull cards on and look at. So we'll see what the cards are going to tell us. Okay, so let's see what's driving the reading. You know, of course, there are those that wanted to keep the lid on things. And we've got the takeaway with this, the theft, the mental drama when it comes to a loss. It comes to walking away, distancing from, but the evidence is here and it's moving rapidly. So, the reading's about, let's look and see, shedding light on what he wants to have, you know, hidden under there. Shedding light, wanting to move this forward. And talking about the delusion. Now, this could be both of them being delusional, but I would say in this case, it's probably Musk talking about, you know, the hysterical Persimmon, the orange menace, and the things he's doing, you know, with this bill, increasing the deficit, you know, another $1 trillion, etc. So when it comes to this takeaway, things he's trying to get away with, you know, we have a new cup overflowing. He's very emotional when it comes to this, and he's putting this message out, going forward, putting the message out, and taking a strong stance, okay? Because this is the woman that does not play. Many times we see her as the judge, okay? But in this case, this is the fallout, so I think this has to do with what was being said. So what's happening today, you know, what's driving this is a loss. When it comes to what's being birthed, when it comes to their holding on to an action because doesn't like the harvest. So again, I think this is about putting out about the bill. So the challenge is this walking away when it comes to the White House, walking away from the White House. When it comes to the long term, he's been banished and trying to hang on. Now we know that the ketamine kid was in there and he just really screwed up with Doge. So they're not happy with him about that, because he went in there and just, really railroaded things to take care of himself. Okay? But when it came to finding all this fraud, he didn't find it. So potential outcome is we have the evidence. There is evidence there. The ongoing battle with it. When it comes to the White House, these two are going to continue to fight it out and make these big claims, okay, about the past. Extra information is what's rapidly coming. New information when it comes to what's being done, what they're trying to control, and investigating, looking deeper. Okay? Rapid information about what they're trying to control and looking deeper. So if we go ahead and read this, the foundation is the craziness and strong arm coming out with this information, not liking the harvest, and again trying to hang on when it comes to the past things that have been done. Moving it forward when it comes to a message about people taking action when it comes to the long term. And again, trying to control the narrative. So above it, we have the light being shed on this new cup of all this information coming out about what's trying to be birthed by the White House and the ongoing battle. And driving it again is trying to keep the lid on the theft, facing a loss because he's walking away, but giving out this information. So the four corners are keeping the lid on the information that they've got, the evidence of the past and the craziness. And the craziness. So with this ongoing battle that they have going. So the center of it is about the people and controlling the action. So putting out the message now about the long term, what they're trying to do. He sees what they're trying to birth. He doesn't like the harvest. He's taking the strong stance against the White House. And the cup is overflowing on what he sees as them trying to hang on to. So the message is going forward about people and needing to hold on to their power, light being shed on not liking the harvest, and the insanity that Trump's trying to bring in and birth in America, and the overflowing cup of him taking this strong stance now. When it comes to the long term, again, wants the people to move when it comes to this information. And the White House is trying to hold on for the long term and looking at what's being birthed from the past, he's trying to bring in now, and battling, ongoing battle because they don't like the harvest. Okay, so ongoing battle with this. So let's put these in here, and then we'll go ahead and do a clarifying read and see what it says. And then we'll go on to the other read, which I might do with my Lenormand deck, but we'll see. So let's give these a good ruffle shuffle. And we'll do the clarifying read. So the center of it is where this is moving to. Wants to keep this in motion. When it comes to that hard truth, the battle of information about what they're trying to build. So this is about the wealthy. And again, this new mental state about what's being built. And this facing a loss. Okay. So he's talking about the loss. Could be also the loss to the economy in general and the things that are going on. Again, he's not happy with the tariffs. He doesn't like the big, beautiful bill. And so he's bringing this information out of what they're trying to build. Because also the 10 of Pentacles could be the generational families as well. So yeah, about the evidence that's in hand when it comes to what's being done and what's being worked on. Okay, he wants to put that information out, and above it all, about leadership. Leadership, the loss of leadership. So we've got the message. He's going to be coming out with more information. When it comes to democracy, I think it's democracy, because I don't think that is about Trump's mental health with this one, emotional things. It's about the choices being made, messages about it, and wanting to get to a better place mentally with all this stuff. So we have this charging forward, club in hand, when it comes to, guess who? The hysterical Persimon, the Mango Mussolini, with the abuses of power and wanting a victory when it comes to being authoritative. And that was the dark government and the people all involved. And so he's coming out with the new action, seeing the nightmare, worry, concern when it comes to the manipulations and not liking the harvest, and sees it as a tower moment. Okay, so he is pretty disgusted and unhappy with it and all the world stage things that are taking place. So, yeah, it doesn't look like their battle's going to end anytime soon. So it looks like that the Ketamine kid is going to stay on the warpath when it comes to Trump. And Trump feels he's been taken in, you know, because Doge didn't do what they said they were going to do. He just really secured things for himself, got rid of all the areas that were investigating him, okay? That's really what the Ketamine kid did. It was just screw with all the things that were affecting him personally and his businesses. But as far as finding abuse and all of that, that didn't happen. So, the fickle finger of fate is coming down. And again, this made Trump look like a fool because, yeah, he got this guy in and he was going to do all this stuff and it didn't happen. He just wound up kind of doing like Trump does, taking care of himself. Okay? That was it. So I don't see this feud ending anytime soon. Basically, the Ketamine kid got kicked out, so he's on the warpath. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll go on to the next one.